What's up, my fellow traders? Hope you all enjoying your weekend. Hope you also enjoying the summer. It's already getting warmer here in London, so I'm loving it. So let's start our analysis with nat gas, gold, silver, crude oil. But as always, over the weekend, I want you to learn something valuable from me that will help you to take efficient trading decisions. Now, the commodities are running absolutely fine according to the way I predicted throughout whole week. Talking about nat gas is absolutely running in the direction I have predicted. If you have been following me from last couple of months or days, that is a move we were expecting, and that is something we're going to cover in the analysis part of this video. Now, if you're a gold trader or a silver trader, I have something very important for you to look at in the analysis part. That's going to be in the second part of this video, where I'm going to show you how we have traded gold and silver with absolute accuracy. I was looking at the ratio technically, I was looking at the gold technically, I was also looking at dollar index fundamentals that was discussed in the live session, that was also mentioned to you in my videos, in my live session. That is something I'm going to show you, that's something I've discussed with the members, with you guys. So in the second part, I'm going to talk all about that. For the gold and silver traders, it is very important for you to understand that so that you can take your trades as efficient as possible. Now, whatever I teach you guys, whatever I talk in the videos, I absolutely do that myself as well. And I want to be absolute honest with you and try to teach you as much as content as possible in my free YouTube videos. Of course, if you want to learn the full system, you have my full trading course where you have a systematic rule-based strategies and everything you need to understand trading. But for now, in the first part, let me show you the trade I've placed live with my members on my real account with the 1% of risk, how I've taken that trade. I mentioned 2 trades and both played out this week as well. With that, the reports I've sent to the members, some reports, some zones I've discussed in my videos. For example, nat gas, I've also mentioned coffee, copper, especially silver, how nicely it played out, and some forex pairs, how perfectly they played out as well. So I'm going to show how nicely my zones played out, including dollar index, indices, forex, and I will also teach you why I've taken those trades. It's going to be very informative for you, good lesson for you to learn when you do your technical analysis. It will really help you to understand the market in an efficient manner. If you just follow me here in the YouTube. If you're my student, if you're my member, if you just watch me on YouTube, trust me, the first part is going to give you lots of information and lots of knowledge. So let's start with the trade I've taken, which is right here, GBP AUD. Now this trade was a bit risky. The reason was that is also a weekly level. As you can see, the weekly resistance right here. So I was reluctant to manage my trade, and that is how I do my risk management as well. But that was a good opportunity for me to enter this trade. Now I've taken this trade and mentioned this trade live in the members only live session, and these entries are not alien for you. I mentioned these entries a couple of times, and if you watch me for Natgas analysis, I've taken this entry multiple times. That is why I say backtest my strategies on 1 hour, 4 hour, and see the results yourself. If your pairs or your instruments are performing well with these strategies, put them in portfolio, backtest them 100 times, and then see the results. So let's see the clip from my live session where I've mentioned and placed this live trade with the 1% of risk. Okay guys, so that looks nice. So I would like to enter at the pullback, let's say here. So at the pullback, I would like to enter right here. So in that process, I create my limit order, 1% of risk, and that is my entry set. So it's totally up to you if you want to enter at the close. For me, I like to enter at the pullback. If that plays out, it is good. If not, we'll see that next week. Perfect. Now, as you can see, I have taken this trade right at the pullback. Now for the keyboard warriors, let me show you the screenshot of my trade that was closed, that was open. You have already seen that I've placed this trade, and you say, Omar, how can we believe you that you have actually not cancelled your order, right? I know lots of people out there, they want to just criticize you with no reasons. That is why I call them keyboard warriors. Let me show you my IC Market account is connected, and let's go to this pair right here, and here you can see my order right here, and you have already seen that I've placed this trade right in front of you, and the screenshot you can see the money I've made, and this is just 1% of risk, and one of my account that I've kept here for my audience to show you that this is my real account. Also, I've been trading with the other account. For example, if I do my scalping, if I want to do scalping sometime, I want to take a higher risk sometime, I have the other accounts, I personally do, but that is something once you have become profitable, once you can able to tweak your strategies, and once you can able to get good winning trades, it is something you can do once you are profitable. So a trade set in front of you, and the reason behind this trade is, first, there was already a momentum candle. I want to enter at the pullback. My order was triggered with a limit order, and that nicely hit my profits right here. And right after that, the price quickly pushed down. That is why I say taking your profits is very important. And I also say that don't marry your trades. It's just a date. Go for better reward to risk ratio, get your profits, and come out. If I'm here, if I've taken 1 to 1 here, I might have taken 1.4 to 1 in the other pair. But that depends on the conditions and the market situations. For this pair, I was not comfortable to go more than 1 to 1. And that hit my take profit. With that, we have another pair, NZD Japanese Yen, right here. Now, exactly the same. I've entered a little bit below, right here. And this was the trade that was also mentioned and set in the live session. First, let me show you the clip from that as well. That is an entry condition as well for Euro Japanese Yen. So that looks like this at this point. So that trade would be running as well at this point. Let's say you enter right here. The stops and target looks like this. Awesome. So you have seen that we entered right here, bit below, and after that, one big candle hit our take profit. Now, if you are my student, you don't even need to wait for my signals. That was an alert sent to the members with that GBP AUD. That was an alert sent to the members. 2 alert this week. That is all we had. The one I've sent to the members. With that, we have reports that was sent to the members for them to look for the opportunities. That is why I send you few trades, 2 to 4 trades to show you the extra confidence, what I'm looking at in the market to take my trades. That is why I say it is not a signal group. It is for you to learn. I'll show you the screenshots to show you the description, basic instructions, and the reason behind that I'm entering those trades. And it is something I talk about in every single video if you watch me on YouTube. So nicely hit the take profit. We were above 50 EMA, nice bullish engulfing pattern above 50 EMA, and that also nicely hit my take profit. Now, that is not all. I've also sent reports to look at these levels. That is also a part of the membership where I send you the major zones, the most accurate zones to take your trades from. Doesn't matter if you are looking at crypto, Forex, indices, I send them all the zones. Even the stock market, Tesla, Hong Kong index, JPY index, we have WIG 20, the indices, Nvidia, Apple, wherever I see condition, even though Nifty, that was also been sending to the members. I know lots of Indian clients, they love to trade Nifty. So that was also sent to the members. And whatever I see a possible potential opportunities, I do send them to members. And also if you follow me in live session, you can always request me to do particular analysis. So let's see the reports, starting with Forex that was sent to the members. And then I'm going to go through commodities as well and see how it performs. So we have CAD JPY. Now, this was the report that was sent to the members to look at this area where the price is currently inside of. I mentioned that price is just reached the key level, and this zone is an area where I'll be looking to short this market. Now, not only that, like I said, if you are in my live session, I also give you heads up what is valid, what is not valid. And in the live session, I mentioned that yes, the price is inside this resistance and also formed this pattern. Now, I clearly mentioned to the members that it is not one of the valid aggressive entry. Let's see the clip and then I'll come back to this analysis. Trade because that invalidates one of my rule A. So we might see a push up, double top, and I'm going to go short from here. But price is nicely reacting from a zone that was sent to you. Perfect. So as mentioned that it is not valid, so we didn't enter here. But we were waiting for the price to forms what? Forms double top with a nice and great 382 candle where I've entered right here, hitting my take profit easily of 88 pips. Now that is what we call preparations. That we were prepared to take an entry from this zone and we were not buying this market. You see a nice uptrend all the way from here, but this trend must end and it must forms a good pullback, and these are the pullbacks we need to capture before the market might continue to push up. That is something I explained you in my videos, free videos as well. So that is something we have captured. We entered with this double top right here. If you are my student, you know what entries is that, and that also hits your take profit. prepared for that, and that nicely played out, hitting their profits. Like I said, 2 trade alerts were sent to the members, both hit take profits, no stop loss hit this week, as I also show you my stop losses if that happens. But that was a good week in regards with trading. Then I'll show you CAD CHF. Now right here, similar as CAD JPY. The price at the major structure, the red zone, is an area from where we were looking to enter the trades. And what do you see here, guys? Nice pin bar, 382 candle. I've entered few pips below. If you are my student, you know what entry is that. Also, if you watch me on YouTube, I've talked about this entry multiple times. So did I guess here? No. I was prepared and sent this report to the members that I'm now looking at selling this market instead of buying anywhere. And I was waiting with patience. If the price pushes here, forms a condition. Doesn't matter if we have EMAs there. I was not scared because I was going against the trend. And that also hit my 1.2 to 1 reward to risk ratio targets. And it is something I try to teach you. Look for confluences. Look for the conditions. When condition forms, take your trades. So these 2 zones played out nicely. We were still waiting for the zones, for the other zones, for indices, for commodities, for example, copper, coffee, all these soft commodities, you name it, crude oil, corn, platinum, palladium, everything we cover with my members. So before I move ahead, one of my member, he wanted me to do analysis here on natural gas MCX futures platform. He want to get these a price according to this platform. So I've certainly done that. I've covered that in the live session. That is the benefit of getting yourself involved in the live session so that you know at least the best and accurate trading zones, and then you can take your own trades. At least you have a confluence to take your trades. So let me show you the clip where I mentioned this zone, and as you can see, exactly from this zone on this platform, price is pushing up. Please let me know. I can take a look in the live session. So for now, the price is inside this level, which is something we are looking for the possible entries. For MCX, it is right here. Yeah, that's a good level. Let me adjust that a bit. Right here. So it is your level where the price is currently inside of. So all you want to see a buy condition here, exactly same as I mentioned. Nice one. So that is the benefit. And if you're someone who want me to do analysis on any charts, feel free to get in touch and I'll take it from there. So if you're someone who is looking to get these reports from me every week with that trade alerts, it is nothing for you. It is just equivalent maybe a cup of coffee in a month. That is all, and with this plan you get live sessions as well. But if you want to learn full system, it is for you. That is lifetime, and these 2 plans will come with that, and also a Discord group access. You can purchase this from my website or click on memberships here. It will take you to the third-party page where you can also click on memberships, and you have all these memberships there. If you want to pay in dollars or if you are not from the UK, you can do that as well. And make sure you watch the videos first before you join so that you know what to expect from the group. The videos are linked right here for both of them. And for this plan, the video is right here. So if you're someone who needs an extra confidence in their trading or might be profitable, then I don't think so that is enough for you. It will give you and provide you lots and lots of value. And I also want to mention, guys, if you want to get everything free, these 2 plans, only then you can also join one of my partner brokers. Once you join them, minimum 1K deposit, you get these 2 plans for free. You don't have to pay anything for that if you are an active trader. Not for the beginners. For the beginners, I highly recommend you to get this full course. So let's look at commodities now. Right here, out of all the commodities, silver has given us some insane moves. Why is that? Because I send these reports to my members on Sunday or Saturday, to prepare them that silver is now currently inside this green zone. Before that, if you've seen my videos before the report, the zone was not here. The zone was somewhere here, but I have adjusted the zones because I was doing my zones for the members, and I've adjusted this zone. With that, I've mentioned that price is now inside trend continuation zone. The green zone is a major zone from where we can now expect a good move. With that, I've said that if the price pushes higher, which is quite far and might not hit this week, but that was a big move and it did hit. So that is a good thing to get prepared, right? So if I would have just sent you this zone, you won't even know where to exit, or you won't even know from where the price might pushes lower. But I have given you these zones to get yourself prepared. Below and above, because there was a likely chance if the price bounces from here, as gold and silver pushes so fast, it can still push up, and that has happened. How nicely the price was inside, and with the conditions double bottom, it pushes up, and how nicely then it reacts massively from a red zone that was quite far, but once it hit, it still pushes lower. What a move we had here from silver. So that is what we call conditions, entering your trades with patience without any gambling. Then we had net gas right here. As you can see, I've said that I'm still looking at the same zones where the price was currently inside of, and zone was here, and that nicely pushed up from my zone. If you look here for the daily time frame traders, that was an entry. You can't say I've not mentioned that. That was clear entry, and someone asked me questions. Of course, my members, they get priority access to my email, and I try to respond them as soon as possible because of course they're a member, and I try to give them priority. And right here, someone asked me that, Omar, the price is forming a bullish engulf on Ovanda. I've clearly said that. That is a valid pattern on daily. No ifs, no buts, a clear condition. What do you have here? That I've said that as a valid pattern, and the zone was sent to the members as well. Everything was going according to the plan. Right here, that nicely pushed up. Would have hit your profits easily from here, and that is something I'm going to cover in the analysis part. But I want to show you that these zones played out. Now we are still looking at some other zones, for example, US cocoa, coffee, and all the other commodities. And if that plays out next week or week after that, I'm going to keep you guys informed with those moves. Hope you got a value, and I hope you have seen how trading can be so good if you follow the rules. Yes, we have stop losses hit, but if you are disciplined enough, not rushing into trades, as for me, 4 hour time frame suits better. So I might take few trades in a week, but someone who's trading on 1 hour, they might have get lots of opportunities. But if you follow the rules exactly how I teach you, if you are my student, then in the long run, you will get profitable. Just follow your rules. Don't get scared, don't get fearful, and don't get into the trades with the FOMO. Always wait for the setups to come to you rather than running and rushing towards the markets. And this week, the indices also didn't play out. We are still waiting for the major indices to hit those zones, those levels. For example, NASDAQ, S&P 500. We have some stock market, shares market. Everything is there, but there is a time for the price to get to those levels, then we're going to take those trades. So with that being said, let's start our analysis with nat gas, gold, silver, and crude oil, starting with natural gas. And in the gold part, it is very important. I'm going to show you some good example of trading gold and silver with the ratio. So first, let me show you the clips from my last video where I've mentioned some entries and conditions. I also want to point you out one pattern, which is my head and shoulder pattern bearish. Now at this point on capital.com, on a daily time frame, price is now forming a possible right shoulder. We have a left shoulder, we have a head, now we are getting a possible right shoulder. Now for the price to form a right shoulder, it must first come down, right? Hit this termination zone, which is right here. If you want to mark these on the charts exactly like mine, these numbers in blue. Hit my termination zone, and it must then pushes back up. So in that case, we have a right shoulder here. Now this push up can be till here. I want to see a hit of the zone first, this termination zone, then a push up. Now the reason I've shown you the first bullish candle, an entry right here, if we have that, is because let's say if we have a bullish candle first after push down, let's say red and one more green candle, that will be an opportunity to buy and exit right here and then look for your sell trade. That is why I say take your profits as well. So very simple. First look for bullish candle. If that happens, we're going to buy on a daily. I'm going to come to a smaller time frame in a very short while. We're going to exit right here. Look for bearish signs here. Perfect. So as you can see how nicely, as planned, price is pushing up. I've clearly mentioned if you are taking this trade, we can still see a price to push up and forms a right shoulder. This could be a reversal pattern, but that is something I'm going to keep you guys updated. It might not be a reversal pattern. It might push up again, forms double top. I'm going to mention and cover all that. But now what to expect currently from here? You see a nice bullish candle here, swing low bullish engulfing candle here on Ovanda, but here the pattern is so clear that I want to look at that. Now, if you have entered this trade right here, the ATR is 228 pips. That is insane amount of move, which is like that. About to hit the profits. Of course, the market is closed. It might open above or might open below. Depends. Now, I've said that if you have taken this trade, make sure you manage your trades if you want to till these highs. Now, the head and shoulder pattern has been completed. We have left shoulder, right shoulder, and I've said that, the head. And I've said that the right shoulder will only form if the price hit this level first, then bounce up from here, hit the termination zone above. Now let's mark the termination zone. It is exactly like this. Now that is my termination zone. If you want to mark this, that is a number you want to see. If you are in the trade, again, very important to cut your profits. It might fall from here. That is why I'm saying that. Keep an eye here. Now it is something I'm talking on a daily time frame. So price pushing up. Once it hit this level, termination zone, it might goes into this level. And from this level, if the price forms an engulfing pattern like this, that will confirm the sell signal and price will likely push down back to the termination zone below, which is right here, these numbers in blue. I'm saying it very slowly, very clearly. That is all I'm looking at condition from here. Let's say there is no condition. Now there is one more move we can expect. The price can push up, pushes back up, leave the wick, and then forms a pin bar or a 382 candle. That is also my sell signal. Now when the head and shoulder pattern will become invalid, if the price goes above or equal to the first top of this box, in that case it will become invalid. It will then might become a double top pattern and price will likely to push down from here. So we are just looking for sell condition according to the head and shoulder pattern first. If head and shoulder pattern is invalid, then we're going to look at double top patterns, which I want to keep you guys informed. For now, expect further push up exactly how we planned. The price is going to likely bounce up from here and then fall from here as well. And the next moves I'm going to keep you guys informed in my upcoming videos. Now coming in 4 hour, that is also a head and shoulder pattern formation. Here the termination zone look bit different, which is like this. Now on 4 hour, termination zone is bit bigger. So if you're looking at your entries on 4 hour, expect a push up and then bearish engulfer, 382 candle. Same condition I've mentioned on a daily time frame. So that is all I'm looking at. Nicely bouncing up. If you are taking this trade on a daily, then you have made some money. Clear call that was mentioned without ifs, without buts. So that is why again I'm mentioning the same condition without ifs, without buts. Clearly understand the condition what I'm talking about. Once we have that, we're gonna go short. If there is no condition, we are not gonna take an entry. Now I also want to mention one more entry, which is my pullback entry. Since we are broken above 50 EMA on our way up, if there is no condition, let's say we have no entry condition on 4 hour, if we have a pullback and price forms an engulfing candle above 50 EMA, that is my pullback entry, and I'm going to go for the scalp 1 to 2 ATR for my target. So it is something I'm also looking at for my buy entry. If you're someone who's already in the trade on a daily, that is fine. Man is still here. After exit your trade, look for your entries on 4 hour, which is my pullback entry must form above 50 EMA. So that is all I'm looking at. That was a clear and detailed analysis. And looking at this pattern on all 3 platforms on Ovanda as well. Left shoulder, pullback, head, and now heading towards the right shoulder. It is an area from where I'm expecting a push down. Pullback entry bullish is also I'm looking at exact same condition here on NEMEX as well. Same entry right here, exit here, look for rejection, and then price might pushes lower, and pullback entry something I'm looking at as well. So I'll keep you guys informed. Still bullish short term till here. And once we are broken above these highs, only then I'm looking at the level above, which I'm going to keep you guys informed. Next up, we have gold. Now, it is very important to understand gold and silver ratio. Now, multiple times I mentioned this strategy in my videos. I've uploaded complete strategy with a full tutorial how to trade gold and silver ratio. If you really want to learn, look that video in my playlist or click on the card up there to watch this video. Now, first, let me show you the clip from my last videos where I was clearly looking at the market with the gold and silver ratio. If you're making this big money, then you need to do an accurate analysis as well, because you are looking at the markets and competing with lots of people out there. If your analysis are weak, then you're just gambling. I was looking at gold and silver ratio. I was looking at dollar index as well, weakening in dollars and strength in metals. That was clearly mentioned. So let me show you this analysis of dollar index and fundamentals I've talked about as well, and then gold and silver ratio, and then we're going to connect the dots from there. I also want to give you but to show you silver and silver ratio. The gold and silver ratio is bullish, and that goes inversely. If the price continues to push up here, gold and silver will give you a likely pullbacks, a dramatic pullback from here. So looking at the ratio of gold and silver, it is bullish, mean gold and silver will likely to give some bearish moves. So the ratio is bullish again, and now approaches the level of resistance, which is right here. Now there is a chance the ratio will push lower or forms a double top. In that process, gold and silver might consolidate or range, and if the ratio here forms a double top, in that case the ratio will turn bearish and gold and silver will turn bullish and pushes back up. So that is why keep an eye on a possible pattern on ratio. For example, double top means gold and silver will likely to push up from here. Perfect. So you see how nicely gold and silver has pushed lower, evening star pattern here and dramatically pushed down. I've said that bearish in this ratio will give a bullish move in gold. Exact same moves you can see right here. Pull back, push down, pull back. Here, push up, pull back. Same move you are getting in. And before that, when I said ratio is bullish, gold is going to fall. This move that was mentioned here, you see, we had this move. And on silver, we had this big move, and then it pushes up. When ratio of gold and silver approaches this level, it goes inversely. Now if you're not learning from analysis, or if you're not learning from my videos, then you are just gambling out there. If you are not serious in your trading, if you want to make this, you want to make money from your trading, please try to understand the market as accurate as possible. If you are still sitting in front of the screens, then take it seriously, not just as a gamble. So here, I've clearly mentioned that look at this. So when I was doing my analysis, I've seen that yes, we have this bearish move pattern here, and gold and silver has formed a condition. Silver has formed the condition. Price is inside of major resistance. It's going to push up. Condition is formed in silver. Silver is going to push up. Now this report was sent to the members as well, and you see how nicely the silver pushes up. With that, it also pushed the gold higher. This was mentioned also in my video. Clear entry that hit the take profit. Now everything was going so perfectly fine. Now trading is not perfect, not all the time. We have months where I have losing streaks, but then we have a winning streak. If you have survived your losing streak, then no one is stopping you to get these type of badass trades. With that, if you have seen that dollar index was bearish, that was clearly mentioned in my live session. Odds were going in the favor. It pushes lower. The metals are pushing higher. How nicely the price is pushing up. What's happening with dollar index? So dollar index is now in the process of a pullback back to the zone above. So we're going to see some more bearish momentum from dollar. Dollar is going to get weaker. Fundamentally, yes, Trump is not in the mood to strengthen dollar for now. We hoped that he's going to do that, but looking at this tariff increase and all that stuff, and dollar is going to get weaker and weaker, and we are technically below this resistance. Technically, we are bearish for dollar. Yes, on a weekly, on a daily, on 4 hour from this zone. So yeah, we're going to see some more fall till we are looking at dollar index, we are looking at gold and silver ratio, we are looking at the conditions, we are looking at the condition of the gold, we are looking at the condition on silver, double bottom, gold, triangle pattern, breakout, dollar index is weakening, gold and silver is pushing up. See, that is how we need to do the analysis. And I'm teaching you all that here for free. Learn that, implement that. That is all I want. Not asking you to buy my courses to learn these strategies. It is in front of you. I do this analysis to learn every day. Courses are something for the very serious trader who want to make this as their career. Then please learn from your mentors. Mentors are very important to cut your learning curves. And if you learn that, trust me, you don't need to go around finding different analysis or different strategies on the YouTube. Follow one mentor and you will get badass results. If you like me, learn the full system. If you like someone else, follow him or follow her, learn the full system. Stick with one person. So now what to expect from gold and silver? Gold has pushing up and now formed another minor anchor. So again, when there is no resistance, we have a Fibonacci tool. And right from here, a pullback to 50% can trigger one more order and gold will likely to push up to 3110. Right here, it's going to be very risky, but we have taken this entry, we have taken this entry that was shown to you, we have taken this entry every time the price made a new and all-time high. So we have another condition right here. Use the upper or the lower level, it's totally up to you. and from here see the pullback to 50%. Buy limit order, aggressive entry, 1.81, 618 retracement can be your take profit. And also, and always manage your trades. Let's say your order is triggered, manage to 786 retracement, which is a good amount of 937 pips, then to next level, which is 1666 pips, then to 1.618 retracement, or keep a fixed stop below it and let your trade run accordingly. So it is something for the aggressive traders. Less aggressive traders just look for the pullback, possible retest of this previous anchor, pullback entry, bullish engulfer, and we're going to go long using 1 to 2 ATR for the targets. So that is all I'm looking at, only buying gold, but expect retracements as well. Looking at the overbought, with this overbought situation, if you have a morning star pattern like this, or if you have a bearish evening star pattern, not a morning star, or a bearish engulfing pattern, then expect some pullback and calculate your pullbacks with the ATR. For example, the ATR of your candle is $13 right here. Expect $13 push down before the price pushes up. So you can take your sell trades if you have a condition here and buy a trade with the condition I've just mentioned. Here on silver, nicely pushing down. The report was sent to the members to sell from here, and that nicely pushes lower. Now that is a good momentum, a bearish candle, and I don't like to enter right here. Instead, I want to enter right here, middle of this candle, keep my ATR above, something like this, and go 1-to-1 initially and manage your trade to 1.2 to 1 reward to risk ratio. But I'll keep my limit order right here before the prices pushes down. Now it can also form a double top pattern if you are not an aggressive trader. Simply mark your rejection zone like this. If the price pushes back up, rejects from here with bearish engulfer or a pin bar without a candle to close above these highs, then we have a valid double top and price will likely push down from here. Ratio of gold and silver is telling us. It is telling us the price is broken above 50 and 20 EMA. I have turned bullish, means gold and silver is likely gonna give us pullbacks. So that is prepared. Silver has formed a condition for a pullback. Ratio has formed a condition to push up. A push up here mean a push down on gold and silver. So we have a condition here. Looking at the ratio, after a pullback it might push us down, or if price forms double top it might push us down. So that is something I'm now looking here on silver and gold as well. Some retracement expecting for gold before it pushes up, and in that process ratio of gold and silver might reaches to this level, forms a double top, and after the pullback on gold and silver is completed, price from double top here and it will fall here, and gold and silver will then start to push back up like this. So that is what I'm expecting from silver. I'm not buying unless and until it's broken above these highs and close above these highs as well. If there is no condition here, price forms a bullish engulfer above 50 EMA, and then I'm going to go long and again look for the double top from here to take your sell trade. So that is all I'm looking at. Possible sell condition here if you want to take it as an aggressive entry. Finally, we have crude oil. Nicely pushed down. I've mentioned that it can still push up here and then pushes back down here. Now we are pushing down in the process of a pullback. It can still push down to this recent anchor right here, these numbers in blue, and price might form engulfing candle, double bottom here, a minor anchor, and it can still push up from here. So expect a bounce from this level till these highs, and once we are broken above these highs, only then crude oil will become completely bullish and head towards the next level of major resistance. For now, short-term bounce I'm expecting. I'm not selling as long as we are above 50 EMA and as long as we are above this anchor support. So that is it for today's video. Hope you have learned something out of that and hope you got a value out of that. If yes, give this video a thumbs up. It really helps me in a YouTube algorithm. Subscribe if you're new so that we can all trade together and trade efficiently. Hope you trade green. I'll see you guys in the next video. Have an awesome weekend. Take care.